Welcome to Don't IEP Alone, the only podcast dedicated to helping parents navigate the IEP process and hosted by a special education advocate. Your host has been attending IEP meetings for over a decade and has helped thousands of parents go from an IEP rookie to an IEP all-star. Be prepared to learn tips that will be a total game changer for you as a parent advocate and, most importantly, your child's outcomes. Partnered with the award-winning Blog a Day in Our Shoes, you'll be confident, knowledgeable, and actually looking forward to your next IEP meeting. Don't IEP alone. Get ready. Here's your host, from suburban Philadelphia, Lisa Leitner.
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to Don't IEP Alone. It's Lisa here again. My last podcast was about you getting called as a parent to come pick up your child from school. And I said that is a trend this time of year. So today I wanted to touch base and talk about another trend that I really see in the springtime. And that is field trips. Because it seems schools like to do field trips in the spring. I guess maybe the weather's better, or who knows what. But schools like to do field trips in the spring. So there's a lot of field trips this time of year. And then there are a lot of issues with field trips and our kids with IEPs. As always, yes, I have a blog post on this. And if you go to adayinourshoes.com and you want to read more details and read Section 504 and ADA and all those other fun things, if you go to adayinourshoes.com and just search field trip, I'm pretty sure it will be the first blog post that comes up. In that blog post, I have a couple of statements, and think about this for a minute, right? So think about your child's class or school is doing a field trip, and imagine if they said to you, "Well, Mrs. Smith, we would love for your daughter to join us, but we're just not equipped to bring Jewish children on this trip. We just don't have the staff." "I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones, but we just don't have the staff to bring black children on this trip today." Can you imagine if a school said that? Right? It would be all over the news, I hope. I hope people care enough. But yet, that happens to our kids all day, every day, all across this nation, and it makes me crazy. Imagine if they told a Catholic parent, "We're going on a field trip, but the Catholic kids have to be good and have no behaviors the week leading up to the trip. And if the Catholic kids act out at all the week leading up to the trip, you're not going to be able to go." Right? People's heads would explode, wouldn't they? But that happens to our kids all day long. All day long. Your child can't go on the trip because he had behaviors last week. Okay? We're not equipped to take wheelchairs. We're not equipped to take a nurse. And your child might need insulin or seizure rescue meds. Or you might need to have assistance in the bathroom. And we're not equipped for that. Right? Imagine if they told, I'm trying to think of another group of people that I can use as an example. Just imagine any race, religion, or ethnicity. If they said, we would love to take the Chinese kids on this trip, but all the Chinese parents are going to have to go. Otherwise, your child can't go on the trip. People would lose their minds. wouldn't they? But again, this happens to our kids, the disabled kids. Yeah, oh yeah, your child can go on the trip, but we're going to need you to go too. Yeah. Newsflash, people work, right? Some people only get 5 or 10 or none vacation days in a school year. Some people have to take time off without pay if they're going to do this. So, you know me, I like to have solutions to problems. So first of all, if this is happening to you, if something similar is happening to you, ask yourself this. Is your child with a disability, and if they have an IEP or a 504, they are a child with a known disability. Is your child with a disability being treated differently than his non-disabled peers? Are they requiring all the kids to meet a certain behavior or academic or homework or whatever it is criteria before going on the trip? That's your starting point. Because the law's pretty clear on this one. They cannot, our kids are in a protected class. People with disabilities are in a protected class as defined by the federal government. And they cannot discriminate against your child based upon their disability. Okay? It's really pretty simple. I'm sorry if you have to hire extra aides for this day. And by the way, they can't make you pay for an extra aide. Okay, because asking you to pay more for a field trip is discriminating against them as well. Okay, and also, this is not an IDEA thing. So, oh, sorry. This is not an IDEA thing. So don't look for it there. We're talking about Section 504 and ADA here, that they have to make accommodations for your child. We're not asking your child to get special education on a field trip. We're not. But we're asking them that they get their due accommodations. As always, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't play one on the internet. So, if this happens, try to get it in writing. They might call you and tell you this. They might send it home to you through your child and tell your mom that she needs to go on the field trip. I've heard all kinds of crazy things related to this. But as always, you want to have your paper trail. So if they don't give you a paper trail, you need to create one. And that's as simple as an email. Your child comes home and tells you this, or they tell you this on the phone. You follow up with an email and say, "Dear Mrs. Smith, per our phone conversation today, I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. And you stated this." And you list it. Now that I've had time to think about our conversation, I believe this is a clear violation of, ADA Section 504. Can you please let me know when we can meet to resolve this? I do not believe my son should be excluded based upon his disability. And it sounds like that is what is happening. Okay, now, when I said, are they treating him differently based upon his disability? So they told you, as a parent, that you have to attend the field trip because of your child's special needs. And you say, well, no, they're not discriminating against us because all the special needs parents have to go. You know what? Then you're talking about class action kind of stuff. Because if they're not requiring the same of the non-disabled kids as they are your kids, then they are treating them differently based upon their disability. Okay. Whatever supports and accommodations that your child needs in a school day, and by supports, I'm talking about things like nursing, toileting assistance, feeding assistance, insulin, medications, that kind of stuff. They're not required to necessarily teach your child if that's not the focus of the field trip, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't expect, if your child gets pulled out one-on-one for reading assistance during the day, I don't expect them to do that on a field trip. However, if your child gets a sign language interpreter in the school day, then yes, they get a sign language interpreter on the field trip. Okay, same goes again for their feeding, nursing, all those things. As with anything, it's, is this the hill you're going to die on? For me, this is kind of an important one because it's just so cut and dry. It's just so, they just don't even, some schools, and everybody knows I'm a huge champion for public education and teachers, and most of them are good people. But some of these schools and personnel that I hear from with clients, they just, I don't know if they have horse blinders on or they're stuck on a tunnel or what. One of the admins in the group kind of says about people sometimes, she'll say, well, they fell in the hole. And I think that would apply here, that some people, they just fall in this hole and they can't get out and they can't see out because it just seems so basic to me that it's so obvious that you're excluding a child based upon their disability. And like they think nothing of it. It's just, well, no, the parent has to go, or no, you have to pay extra for the nurse to be there. And they really just don't see it, that they are treating a disabled child differently from the non-disabled kids. If their child gets a one-on-one for behaviors, if they have a one-on-one at school, then the one-on-one goes to the field trip. Eloping, if your child's an eloper, they say, well, he's an eloper, so he can't go on the field trip. You can offer to go. They can't require you to go. And again, with anything, depending on the field trip, your child may not want to go. So ask them what they're going to do for that child instead. And your child may prefer that. I don't want to see them set up in a room all day with Study Island. But, your child may not want to go on the field trip. I would still let them know that, hey, you're discriminating against him based upon his disability, but lucky for you, he doesn't want to go anyway, so I'm not going to force the issue. Because if your child doesn't want to go, I wouldn't necessarily force to make them go. If they have to earn the trip, is your child set up for success? And does every child have to earn the trip? I'm okay with, if you do A, B, C, and X, Y, and Z, you get this at the end of the year, as long as everyone is given equal opportunity, or the fair opportunity to succeed and achieve that goal. If that makes sense. If the supports are in place that your child can actually, if it's an attainable goal for them. I know some schools have reading parties, and if you read so many books, they do something. And if your child really struggles with reading, is it really fair to expect them to read the same number of books as their peers? You want to make the goal achievable for them, or tiered towards them, if that makes sense. So you can, of course, offer to go. If you want to go, offer to go, and it might help. And if your child wants you to go, offer to go. They don't have to let you go just because your child is disabled either. What else did I want to say about this? I feel like I had something on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of what it is. In any event, keep open communication with your child's team. I would start in the beginning of the school year. Many schools do announce field trips with plenty of notice. So don't wait until the day before, kind of thing. You want to stay on top of it. But again, it goes back to that question. Are they treating the children with disabilities differently from the non-disabled kids? And if the answer is yes, you need to pursue that, depending on how important it is to you. And that might be even as much as an OCR complaint. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you are successful and that your child has fun on any field trips that are coming up. My own is going to the Franklin Institute in a few weeks. But again, it's just a big trend we see this time of year just because field trips come up this time of year. So as always, thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Don't IEP Alone podcast. No parent should have to IEP alone. And with A Day in Our Shoes, you don't have to. For more IEP assistance and letter templates, visit adayinourshoes.com. For ongoing assistance and support, follow our Facebook page and group.
way. It's go my way. It's go my way.